This is clearly the biggest job, the biggest commitment that we have at the moment. It's the most important commitment for Victoria Police, and that is enforcing the Chief Health Officer guidelines. I just want to recap really briefly on what we're already doing because we have a significant commitment. We have Operation Sentinel, which is every day 500 police officers out and about, tasking, checking populous places, knocking on doors, a whole range of things. We have Operation Sentinel 2, which is the vehicle checkpoints, 8 vehicle checkpoints right around the restricted area, those permanent ones where we're checking the access and egress right throughout the state. So there's a whole range of different areas, including Operation Satyria, where we're helping enforcement at quarantine hotels. All up, we're seeing every day upwards of around 1,500 police and PSOs out there enforcing as they should be. I've committed an extra 250 police and PSOs now to that already significant number, and on a daily basis they will be enforcing throughout the day, but importantly of a night time as well. We will have now, because of the curfew, we'll have significant police and PSOs out there, not just in vehicles and doing if you like, static checks, but we'll have vehicle checkpoints where we'll set them up at random places and keep rolling them around Melbourne. So the potential, the opportunity for someone to be detected who isn't supposed to be out and about is significant. We've given out a significant range of infringements, as the Minister has outlined, 161 last night. 60 of those were for for not wearing masks. And from our perspective, though, the people, the vast majority who are doing the right thing, need to understand for those who aren't, there is a consequence. And there are consequences, and I want to be really clear on that. In the last week, we've seen a trend, an emergence, if you like, of groups of people, small groups, but nonetheless concerning groups who classify themselves as sovereign citizens, whatever that might mean, people who don't think the law applies to them. We've seen them at checkpoints, baiting police, not providing their name and address. On at least 3 or 4 occasions in the past week, we've had to smash the windows of people in cars and pull them out of there so they could provide their details because they weren't telling us where they were going. They weren't adhering to the Chief Health Officer guidelines. They weren't providing their name and their address. There are consequences for your actions, and if you're not doing the right thing, we will not hesitate to issue infringements, to arrest you, to detain you where it's appropriate. We want you to stay at home. That's what the Chief Health Officer wants you to do. We expect you to adhere to the Chief Health Officer guidelines. If you don't, we will be enforcing those. We will issue infringements. We will arrest you. We will detain you where we have to. We now have significant new, if you like, infringement, not powers, but in penalties in the infringements. And for those who are not at home when they should be self-isolating, when they should be quarantining, and we conduct those checks, we'll issue those infringements. And on that second occasion, you may well get a $5,000 infringement. They're significant penalties, and so the expectation is the consequences are there for you, and you must adhere. Having said that, the Minister has outlined briefly a number of, if you like, breaches that occurred last night, and they continue to occur. Over the weekend, we saw Airbnb parties. Clearly, that's not acceptable. We saw people last night, someone who was driving to a bottle shop at 3 in the morning to get alcohol. That's not acceptable. We saw people going to McDonald's, coming back from McDonald's after getting some burgers. That is not acceptable. There are consequences. We will enforce them, and the window of discretion is virtually closed.
As Victorians brace for even tougher times, a staggering amount of people are still disobeying the rules. As Maggie Rayworth reports, a Boronia woman heading to an anti-mask gathering will be charged and fined for refusing to give her details to police.
A frantic woman screams at police.
Take your seatbelt off now. Touch me. I will touch you. You're under arrest.
That's when officers smashed her window and pulled her from the car.
Excuse me. What are you doing?
The 48-year-old still refused to comply and was arrested.
Excuse me, can I have my bag, please? Can I have my bag out of my car?
She was heading to an illegal anti-mask gathering in Cranbourne.
Time for warnings and cautions, that's over. Everyone knows the rules and you will be dealt with harshly because you should be.
Well, there's still a large number of people who continue to blatantly break the rules and disrespect our police force. This is the behaviour and attitude police are dealing with during the pandemic. Another anti-masker who thinks it's his right to not wear one.
Where do you get the powers from? Well, you are. You've come up to me.
After minutes of refusing to cooperate,
we're going to place you under arrest until we can confirm who you are.
Yeah, I can tell you who I am.
Yeah, but we need to confirm it.
You don't have to hold me. You don't have to hold me. I will tell you.
In the past 24, another who refused to wear a mask and show identification was also arrested. The ordeal captured on camera.
The reason we're arresting your mum and we're going to arrest you is because we can't confirm.
I was walking by. I was walking by.
Then how come she's told you that you're her daughter?
Our cameras also captured a group of tradies who failed to wear a mask while working at a building site this morning. And last night, officers were pulling over cars on the road after curfew. Police and ADF personnel will continue to patrol our streets over the next 6 weeks. Authorities say those who continue to blatantly break the rules will be caught and fined.
Get off of me! Get off!
Let go of his vest. Let go of his
He's
vest.
fucking choking me! He's choking me! What the fuck?
Let go
Get
of
the
his vest.
fuck off me! Get the
Don't
fuck!
touch him. Stop.
Fuck you, bitch! Get the fuck off me! What are you doing?
You just kicked
You're
me.
fucking choking me, dude! What the fuck? You're fucked in the head! You're fucked! What the fuck are you doing to me?
Well, yeah,
What have I
find
done?
out.
What have I done?
You just
tell me
kicked
what
me.
the fuck I've done. What have I done wrong?
You just kicked
No.
me in the stomach.
Yeah, but you're choking her. There's a man on a guy, there's a man on a girl, there's a man on a girl and you choked her. For what? For a mask? For not having a mask? Look how pathetic you are. She doesn't have a mask. Are you serious? Are you serious? Just for not having a mask? For not
Turn the vehicle off. Turn the vehicle off.
No, thank you.
Turn the vehicle off. Turn the vehicle off.
No, thank you.
Turn the vehicle off.
So, listen, you don't have to say or do anything, but anything you say or do may be using evidence. Do you understand that?
Okay, in that case, I'll say nothing. Thank you.
That's fine, but can you please state your full name and your address?
I don't need to.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
It's actually an offence.
It's an offence.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm not driving a car. I'm at home. You've come my you're very close
Christina,
to coming right onto my
we're here to
property.
interview you in regards to the offence of breaching COVID laws. Therefore, it is.
I haven't breached any COVID laws.
We're here in regards to the protest you attended.
Just change your terminology. Breaching COVID directions.
Sorry,
okay, there's a difference between directions and laws.
Okay, yeah, we're here in regards to you breaching COVID directions.
And what do you want to do?
Well, we need to ask you. We need to read something to you, ask you a few questions.
Well,
and first we need
you've
to
told me that
confirm
I
your
don't need to
identity.
answer any questions. I'm not prepared to answer any
Name and address
questions.
is something you must state because it's an offence not to state your name and address.
Well, under what law?
Under the Crimes Act.
Where? What section?
456 AA.
Okay, let me look it up. Excuse me for a moment.
Just before we do, we've got some information. You can look that up.
Information about what?
The information we've got to read out to you
Are
about
you-
what happened. Listen,
Hang on,
for
hang
a
on.
second. Stop interrupting me. Just
Where,
ask me a question.
where is it against my rights to attend a protest?
Well,
Where?
Listen, if you allow us to speak, we're about to
Go
tell
right
you.
ahead.
Okay.
Please.
So on Sunday, the 10th of May 2020, you were in attendance at a planned demonstration outside Parliament's house located at Spring Street.
A lawful
Melbourne.
demonstration.
Listen for a second.
The demonstration took place between 12 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. The state of emergency was declared, and it is in place until midnight, the 11th of May 2020. Public Health and Wellbeing Act.
Declared by who?
Listen.
2008, Section 198. It is an offence.
Of what?
Listen.
The health.
Can I ask a question?
The Health and Wellbeing Act of 2008.
Is that the Constitution?
It's not the Constitution. It's the
No,
Health
exactly.
And Wellbeing Act.
Exactly. Get that clear in your head.
I said Health and Wellbeing Act. I said nothing about the Constitution.
I've got no interest in the Health and Wellbeing Act.
Clause 11, subsection 4 of the Chief Health Officer's stay-at-home direction creates restrictions.
I'm
on
at home
outdoor
right now.
gatherings.
I'm at home. I'm staying
Listen,
home.
exercise your right to remain silent for a sec.
It
Listen to
provides
the
that.
Why don't you exercise your right to remain
Do you
silent?
want to listen to this whole thing or not?
Not really. Can I go now?
No, just listen to this, and we need to confirm your identity, okay?
I'm not confirming my identity.
It provides that the person must not arrange to meet with more than one person in an outdoor space unless where each
That's a
person
direction. It's not
ordinarily
law. That's a
resides
direction.
together. By attending the planned demonstration, you have committed the offence.
I have committed no offence.
Section 203, subsection 1 of the Public Health and Wellbeing Act, and as such, you will be issued an infringement notice. Infringement offence.
You can issue whatever you like.
Offence code
You can issue whatever you
Infringement
like.
penalty is $1,652. This will be served in the mail to you.
Okay, and I'll serve it right back. I'll serve it right back. Thank you. Don't waste my time again.
Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, fuck off. Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, fuck right off. If you come to fight, get out of here. You're no better than the bouncers. We ain't trying to be police. When you ape the cops, it ain't anarchy. Yeah, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, fuck off. Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, fuck right off. 10 guys jump one, what a man. You fight each other, the police state wins. Stab our backs when you trash our halls. Trash a bank if you got real balls. You still think the swastikas look cool, but the real Nazis run your schools. They're coaches, business, men and cops. When the Fourth Reich comes, you'll be the first to go. Yeah, first to go. You'll be the first to go. The first to go. Unless you think.
Okay, and I'll serve it right back. I'll serve it right back. Thank you. Don't waste my time again.